Okay, so now, unbelievable. I'm like jumping out of my seat because I wasn't expecting this to happen. We spoke about Kavod. Okay, we've been speaking about Kavod. The truth is that I cheated on you guys a little bit. Okay, I usually just give one shir a week, this year, but I did cheat last week, with the party and the whole thing. I recorded another shir. If you have a chance, you can listen to it on the phone, right? They have a phone number, 718-298-2077, right? Is that what it is? The pin is 11219. If you're from Brooklyn, you know that number. It's a zip code in Borough Park. 11219, 718-298-2077. Kids, I uploaded a shir. I think it's like, shir, I don't know the number of the shir, whatever. It's the 16th one. If you look it up. But it was a hemshech, a little bit of a weiter hemshech in the idea of Kavod, that I wanted to say a chiddush, to learn the Gemara, the Mishnah of the 48 kinyanim, in a little bit of a different niggin. Normal, we learned that Mishnah that you need 48 kinyanim for the Torah. So, we have 48 days, 49 days, and steigen in them. And we learned that up, and we try to be kind of Torah in all different ways. So I said a chiddush. It is a chiddush because I think the Noisei Kalim don't go like that really. But I think it's shaykh to say that like Isha Niknis b'shloisha dvarim drachim. Same thing with the Mishnah, is that the Torah is so big and so multifaceted. You could be kind of it in all different types of ifanim. That was the chiddush I wanted to say. I think it fit very well with the concept of Kavod, because each way that you would be koine Torah would look a little bit different. Torah is different by a shmias oizen dekayid from a talmud dekayid, and from a discount different ifanim. I'm not trying to pater myself from all 48 kinyanim, but I'm just saying that there could be a shot like that. That was a chiddush that we said. But but we're in the sugi of Kavod. And I was blown away. There's a few inyanim that we still have to figure out with Kavod. We said Kavod means weight, heavy. Agav, I asked, Reb Google, this week, and I said, and I was very bothered, with this translation of Kavod, heavy, right? In Lashon Kodesh, you could say it's Lashon Kodesh, not only Hebrew, Lashon Kodesh, that the liver is called Kavod. Right, so how does that fit into the whole spiel? So I looked it up, and I wanted to know how heavy is the liver. Out of all the organs in the body, it is one of the heaviest organs in the body. I think that's a very interesting scientific fact. It's about 3 pounds, size of a football, in a regular adult body. That's very interesting. It's heavy. It's a heavy organ. It's one of the heaviest organs. So that's interesting. That's very cool. But there is one other nekuda that has to be nizbarer a little bit, that Chazal say that the neshama is Kavod. Lemani zemercha Kavod v'lo yidam. That's referring to the neshama. The neshama is Kavod. So let's try to get a mahalach. Now, what better week can we discover the sugya of Kavod than Parshas Emor? Did you know that? Parshas Emor. You know how we like to do this in our little chabura. We give titles for Parshas. Parshas Emor, Rabbi say, is the Parsha of Kavod. You know that? I think that's a moiridik zog. That's Revolba says that is the Parsha of Kavod from the beginning till the very end. Every sugya in the Parsha is handling this sugya of Kavod. So we're going to learn it up a little bit. And we'll discover more of what this inyan of Kavod actually means. So look at this. He says like this. He says, our world is the world of aruchim, values. Everything has a value to it. That's our world. That's how we are misyaches to the world. Everything has a value. The Kotzker said, this is a great line from the Kotzker. It's maybe a far too shtel, but I'll say it anyway because it's a great zug from the Kotzker. The whole world is a mushal. The nimshal is geld. That means everything in the world is it has a value. I said there's a price tag behind everything, even everything. It's a world of value. That's the world that we live in, the world of Arachim. Now there is the physical things, so that we know you buy that with money, right? And even Chochmah, Rashay Lidrosh Chum Gadol, Ve'im Beidin Oino, that's a halacha in Yeridea. But he says like this: Gam lo Adam betur Adam yesh erech. A person, as his being himself, being a person, has an erech. But how do we give a bitui, an expression of this erech? It's a davar ruchani lachura. You can't put a price tag on a person. Says Rav Olba, the price tag on a person, on the erech of a person, is kavod. HaKavod sheroichshem lo mevaten nemona es erech ha'odam. The amount of kavod you give to the person, that shows you how gross the person is. Kavod amlam einu matbea over lasoicha. There's no one way of doing kavod. Okay, it all depends on who the person is. Okay, he says a chiddush over here. Every single person, right? Kol odam zokuk la'arocha. Everybody has to have value. Everybody. And his life is totally in it. That's what he says. He brings from the altar, from Slabotka. Ki ha'odam einu yochel lichyos b'li kavod v'lu yitzur shikchu mimenu es kol kavoda yomus. That's the altar. Okay? So he wants to buy ois that kavod is the knei mida for shatzing up ki'ilu a davar ruchni. That's it. The Rabbeinu Shalom we say is Kodesh, Kodesh, Kodesh. Yeah, we spoke about that by the celebration. Kodesh, Kodesh, Kodesh. That means he's moved though. There's no tfisa, less beit tfisa beklal. But how do we relate to this Kodesh, Kodesh, Kodesh with the Meloi Kol Ha'aretz Kavoidoi? That's what he says. Meloi Kol Ha'aretz Kavoidoi, that's okay. Now, that's how he explains what Kavod is. So we're very simple. Kavod is attached. It's attached to Ruchnius, to Kedusha. It is the measuring stick for Ruchnius. That's our only way to be toifus anything Ruchni. When we take that davar Ruchni and we learn about it and we give it its proper Kavod. He says that that's the sugya of the entire Parsha. The entire Parsha is handling this one sugya. Starting from the Kohen Gadol, okay? There's a Kedusha over there. There's something miyuchad about a Kohen, believe it or not. Sokolim. Something miyuchad. Something that you may not even be aware of. But it's a Kedusha. It's a Kedusha Elyoina. And that Kedusha is mechayev halachas. We are noihei kavod in order to express this davar that's untangible, this ruchnius thing. Okay? And that is the whole parsha, starting from the Kohanim. And then, Karbonis. The Karbonis, they have halachas. Okay? And he goes on. Right? I'll read it to you inside of here. Parsha Shleim Yesh Bater Meveres Es Yachas Ben Kedusha VeKavod. He Parshas Emor. He mitchila b'Kedushas HaKahuna VaKahuna Gdoila VaDinim Shel Kavod SheBeKedushas Zum Chayeves uMamshich b'Kedushas HaKarbonis v'Hilchas HaKavod Shalom, and then Kedushas Hashem Yisborach Lo Yisachal L'Shem Kodesh. It's funny. He makes that into a whole parsha. Chilul Hashem. It's only 2 psukim. Be'etzim. It's only 2 psukim. Right here. What? It's after? No. Yeah, it's after Karbona. Ki Tavo La'aretz. Yeah? Oh. On my Chumash, it's on this side. Okay. Shema Zayni Hashem. V'lo Yisachal Hashem Kodesh. Yeah, 2 psukim. Yeah? And then we have Shabbos and the Moedas. Again, Mitzias of Kedusha, which is something that we have no tfisa in. It's like the Rabbeinu Shalom. V'yidabra Hashem al Moshe Emor. Look, there's something called Shabbos. There's something called El Moyadei. And they have a Kedusha, and we have to can't do malacha, halachas of kavod. Okay, that's what's going on over here. The moedas, and we continue with the moedas, and then comes wow, a chiddush, unbelievable. This is unbelievable. This is it, okay? This, you never heard such a chiddush like this. This is unbelievable. What is the opposite of kedusha? Of kavod. What is the polar opposite of kavod? Huh? Being mevaze, bizoyin. Right? L'chura. Says Rav Olbe, and it's unbelievable. I learned it in the Parsha. It's unbelievable. The opposite of kavod, and it very much fits with what we said in the past few weeks, is klala. Chidush. Why? Klala. Why? So we said kavod means heavy. Heavy. Something heavy. Something heavy. You have to give it a proper place. I mean, you can't just, throw it around. It's heavy. What's the shirish of klala? Kal. Haga ba'atzmacha, okay? I was haga ba'atzmi, and it was embarrassing. It was an embarrassing, thing that I had to do with myself, okay? I'm on the road a lot, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you could get a little bit frustrated, right? Anytime you, Rahman al-Islam, you throw something out of your mouth, or you say, the world would be a much better place without this person, okay? You are basically making that person kal. That person is not important. You don't give him any makom. So comes right with that a klala. This is a horrible thing. It's anti-kavod. Okay? Kavod means you give person what's right to him, his erech. His erech. Rabbi Isai, I'm telling you right now, we can really just close up the entire Zman right now and just work on this for the next, I don't know how many weeks in the Zman, but this is a huge sugya. And I will tell you that it was an Einfall for me. I think it's Emes Lamitoy. He's maramez it over here in the beginning when he brings the altar. Kol Odom Zokuk Larocha. Bottom line, okay, one of the hardest psukim in the Torah to understand is V'ahavta l'recha kamecha, which is not a pasuk, by the way. It's only half of a pasuk. Just agab, okay? How do you do that? What is that? Kamoicha. What is V'ahavta l'recha kamoicha? The shura atachtoina of everybody is one common denominator. Everybody wants kavod. Everybody. Everybody has a kavod. How are you mekayim this mitzvah? All these halachas, which are brought down halacha in the Rambam and everything, they're tziyurim, Rabbi Yisai. It's a siman on the actual zach. It's not like, checklist, okay, I was good with his mammon, I was good with his name, I was good with his this, I took care of him. It's not like that. Pshat is, those are the things those are the mensch, right? Take away a guy's money, take away your chashiv kemes, right? Those are the halachas. Pshat is, the person's not alive. Those are his kavod. If we want to work on V'ahavta l'recha kamoicha, we have to realize that every person has a erech. It's a real erech. This is very hard if you're, driving all day. I will be honest. It's very hard. But everybody has erech. You have to give people that benefit. The Rabbeinu Shalom, put him here. It's an important person. He has something to bring to the table, something I can learn from him. Okay, there is a big chiddush. I'm not going to say it now. Maybe we'll say it next week. I don't know what's going to be next week, but maybe we'll just quote it as a marmakum. Rabbeinu Yoina in Mishlei says a chiddush. We all know that ava tluya b'dover is not good. What's ava she'ena tluya b'dover? Says Rabbeinu Yoina. It's a chiddush. Ava she'ena tluya b'dover. Let's say like this. Ava she'tluya b'dover means I will do you a favor. I will love you because I know that in return you'll do something for me. That's what ava tluya b'dover means. Ava she'ena tluya b'dover, says Rabbeinu Yoina, it's a rishon, is I love the person because he did me a toiva. Believe that? None of this heintige rate of unconditional love. Just love them. It's not. That's not it. Okay? I heard from a very chashuv person, an Adam Gadol, okay? This unconditional love business is nish toiradik. There's no such thing. There is no such thing. You love a person because he did something for you. Because he was marbet toiv to you. And anybody who's marbet toiv to you, you are crazy about. The avoida of a haftal l'recha kamecha is to realize that every single person is bringing something to the table, and you personally benefit from it. And if you benefit from it, you're crazy about the guy. This is the avoida. We have to work on our yachas and realize that everybody is giving something to everybody. Just a simple example where it's mechayiv us to work on ourselves in order to see this greatness, let's say, right? So I heard this from Rav Leuchter. Rav Leuchter davens nates every day, right? Now nates minyanim, even in Eretz Yisrael, sometimes could be very small minyanim, right? So this is a fellow that comes to the minyan, right? Which Hashkafa Rishayna wasn't his favorite guy, okay? Wasn't his favorite. But then he realized this person, he owes his life to this person. This person is his favorite person in the world. Because if this person would for some reason not show up, they wouldn't have a minyan. Now, for him, davening with a minyan means something. Now for us, it might not, because I don't really know what a minyan is and what I get out of it and how to, kedusha. But that's mechayiv me to understand what a minyan is. But that person gave me this gift called a minyan. Okay, so he coughs in the middle of Shemana Esrei every single day at the same exact bracha. Fine. I could get over it. But the guy gave me something with such erech. I'm crazy about the guy. This is how we work on it. This is the sugi of kavod. We have to learn how to give kavod. That's what this whole subject is about. And I think it's a meridic thing. Now we know the polar opposite. It's all in the Parsha. It's unbelievable how we're threading one of the longest Parshas with this one sugya. Kavod. How do we have to give kavod to a dover shebekdusha. That's how we give chalois to kedusha. Kedusha only has a chalois through kavod. Okay, that's enough. Yeah.